Hi, in this video I want to show you a debugger that I've been working on. It's a way to look at what's going on inside your application while it's running. So here's the debugger running right now, and I'm going to start a project for another application that I'm working on, and I want to use that as an example to debug. So in that application I've added one line of code, which is this, and it says OPA watch, and then you give it a pointer, you give the type of that pointer, and you give a path to where the file is that defines that. So let's start this and see what happens. So here we go. Here's my application. It's starting up, and as soon as it starts up, you can see here I'm actually visualizing that data structure, and it's all live in real time. So if I, for instance, change the size of this scale like this, you can actually see the numbers here and width change, and I can actually go in here and I can also change this. I can set that to a 3, and then you can see in the application it changes in real time. So what is going on here? Well, this application is basically networking over to this application and telling it about this structure, and then this application goes ahead and parses the CNH file in order to figure out the whole structure of it, and then it can figure out how large this data is, and it sends back a message saying, hey, I want some data from that pointer, and the application responds, and then they can go back and forth and update. And this allows me to view the entire data of that structure. And you can also look at something like a pointer. So I'm going to look at the prototype here, and I click on that and I get this, and all of a sudden I download all the prototypes, and this happens to be an array. And I can keep going here. Let's see, I want to find the sphere and add a bunch of floats in it. Here's a bunch of floats. I'm going to collapse this one. And now we can take a look at these floats. We can see what's going on. We can pull them out to have them in columns. So this happens to be XYZ data, so I kind of want to do it this way. Now I can go in here and actually edit this number if I want to, but I can also visualize it. So by clicking on this, let's see, I can draw a graph. So here is a graph of that data. I can move that around. I can also show a 2D graph, and then all of a sudden you can see it's actually a sphere. Or I can do a 3D one, and then I get it in the background. So here you go. So this is the actual data going on, and I can even click on one of these points here and move it about. So now I'm actually poking into memory of the other application. So I have a really good view of what's going on inside the other application. You can also, if you don't actually have any data, you can create data. So here, for instance, let's go here. Here we have a null buffer, right? It's a null pointer. So I can click on that and type in a number, say 4, and then enter. And then actually I will get a pointer because the debugger will allocate memory in this application, and I now have a bunch of numbers and I can fill them out if I want to. So this is obviously super useful when you want to know what the hell is going on in your application, and also it's really powerful when you have an incomplete application and you want to test how it behaves with different types of data. You don't have to create a loader or anything like that. This application actually also allows you to load data, so you can load data from a binary file. You can save data. You can save out C code that basically will output the all the values into a struct, so you can make sort of an initialization function if you like. You can also cast values if you want to view them as something else. You can definitely mess up and blow everything up, but it's still a really powerful application. I'm still working on this, and I'm reworking some of the parsing because basically I had to implement a good chunk of a C compiler in order to do this, and I'm starting to do that a little bit more seriously, so I'm probably going to write a C compiler as part of this project. But if you're interested, send me an email if you want to test this out. Thank you for watching.